theoretically, if he doesn't have Evolve here, I swipe and I win. Okay, so here's the biggest thing about this deck, right? If you're given a chance to theoretically deal with the board and like keep yourself from losing, it's better to do stuff like this and keep yourself from moving towards your quest than to potentially take the Evolve. Because like if I had taken the Evolve there, I would have lost the game. I've always found Quest Druid a sort of weird deck because at the start you do nothing and then all of a sudden you do everything, like turn 5 or 6 depending on if you have coin or innervate. And basically what you want to do with this deck is you want to hard mulligan every single time for an innervate. If you can get an innervate turn 1, the game is basically over, you win. Like there's nothing that they can do, it's just, you know what, congratulations, they might as well concede because you've already won the game. That being said, if you don't get it, you still have a major power spike around turn 5 or 6. If you're able to have a Crystal Merchant in your hand, I think that is like the only card I would not mulligan to try to get an innervate with. Like pretty much every other card, get rid of that. We don't want it. Except for Crystal Merchant and innervate. Worthy Expedition is fine. It's not great, but it'll do. And as of right now, I'm a little concerned. I think I'm just gonna... Do I want to draw and gain 6 armor? Or just play safe and wait a little bit? I think I want to just wait a little bit. There's no reason to rush the Ferocious Howl and give away vital information on what's in my hand. So I might as well just keep this. However, I think I'm going to play it next turn. And then the turn after that, I want to play Nourish, but because he's on the board, I actually might not be able to do it. Or her, because she's on the board, sorry. So, generally at this point what you want to do is ideally turn 6 is Nourish, turn 5 is Oasis Searcher, if you're able to get the Innervate out. But, I don't know, I think that this is a fine enough place to be. Zephyrus, he's a good card to have in your hand. Like, you're not going to use him necessarily, but he's a good card to have for sure. And now we're at a point where I don't know what I want to do, because he doesn't have any minions out, and I have the 1/4, so I'm going to be overdrawing a little bit, and I don't want to do that, you know? So I want to play this, and I want to not draw another card. So ideally what he does here is he kills this, and then I swipe to wipe his board here. And everything goes perfectly. Or, actually, you know what? Oasis Searcher is probably better, technically. So, we'll see. He's going to get a lot of cards. He tried to combo. I've been there, done that. I don't think he's going to be able to OTK me because I have a ton of armor here. I have extra heal off of that. I have ways of dealing with the minions he has on the board as of right now. So, ultimately, I think we're fine unless he has another Mana Cyclone in hand. Okay, even so, it's okay. Oh, he's gonna overdraw 1, and then we also have Starfall, so we kind of just Starfall this and pass. Wipes his board. I don't overdraw, and then I can set up for better stuff later on. He loses a Fireball, which is good for me. That's a lot of direct damage gone, as a matter of fact. So I feel like I'm in a pretty decent spot right now. I'm not going to be able to play the Nourish efficiently, but I'll be able to maybe play it in like 1 or 2 turns and get some value out of it. But we'll see. As of right now, this entire hand is just kind of hot garbage. A secret. That was a discovered secret, so there's really no way of knowing what that was. We'll see if it's a counterspell. It's not a counterspell. Loti's good. I guess we'll just play the 2 5/5s. Highest value, 10 mana stat line for nothing basically. Nourish is pretty much going to be a turn 9 or 10 play to draw cards and refill my hand. Really, that doesn't actually help that much, as a matter of fact. So we're gonna hit. It's gonna be Vaporize or something. It's not. Okay, which means that Mark of the Loa on this is... wait, okay. When an enemy casts a spell on a minion, summon a 1/3 copy of it. So worst comes to worst, he gets a big taunt minion, I get some things, and then I just wrath it. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's a little bit annoying, don't get me wrong, but like, I deal with it moderately okay, so. Like, it sucks, but he's not gonna have that much board wipe. He already used one of the Flame Wakers, so. It's whatever. Drawing a ton of cards, hopefully I'm able to get that Zephyrus out. Turn 10, we're gonna get Kun out, which is really, really nice. And yeah. That's a little bit of a bummer though. I thought that it was either that or Splitting Image. I should have tried like the bees or whatever. I wanted to get the hard read, but I didn't want to accidentally kill my own unit either because it was like Splitting Image or something, so it was a bit of a silly play. Is that going to be the Flame Ward or whatever? Because it doesn't really matter if it is. Darn it, dude, if I'd had that hard read, I would have been so happy. Oh, fascinating, okay. Whatever, that doesn't actually matter that much. That matters a little bit, but I can kill it with double swipe. Actually, let's see. What are you? Are you counter? Oh, I'm bad. 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 I am the worst player in the game. Holy moly, I can't believe I just did that. Okay. It's totally fine. I may have misplayed slightly, but I can recover from this. This is fine. I don't want to swipe that necessarily. Flame Ward still exists, which is probably why he hit that, which means I'm going to trade in. Shoot, I thought I had more space on the board. That's my bad. I should have just double swiped it. This doesn't end up healing me that much, but it stalls out a little bit, so let's just do it. And pass. I miss out on 8 potential health, but I still have Kun. I still have another Ferocious Howl. And if I can maintain board control, I don't think I end up like losing that much, so I feel like this is worth it. I feel like this is good. I should have played my own Mountain Giant, though. Really? You got a Snap Freeze? You... Okay. Ultimately, this doesn't matter, right? Ultimately, I don't really care that much about this. Since I play Kun and... Or alternatively, I just do this and swipe. No, I do play Kun, but then I know what his things are. So I know it's not counterspell, so I can just do this and then swipe that. Wait, can I afford to draw cards too? I get 2 and then I swipe. And I do not draw a defender, which really sucks, but it's fine. Wow! You discovered that? That's actually not that big of a deal. I just hope you don't take the 7/7. Give it to the 5/5, perhaps? The 3/2, that's fine. What? Don't do the 3. Oh, that's so good for me. Wait, I overdraw something. Topsy-turvy. That doesn't matter. Shadow Bolt hit his thing. Perhaps. Darn it. Of course that goes to him. That's whatever. Just don't lose me King Ferris, right? That would be low-key devastating. That would be high-key devastating, actually. Just don't lose me King Ferris, and we're chilling. Anything else is fine. Starfall's a bummer. But I did say it was fine. I can't play swipe this turn. I can kill the 9/9. And that's about it. That's all I can do. Okay. So this double trade. There's no real need to play this, but he's played both of his Flame Wakers, so he might as well play it too. I don't end up drawing a card, but that doesn't really matter. It gets him out on the board, which I think is good. I'm not attacking with it because I don't want it to get killed, so that way the swipe deals 2 damage to all of the things. And ideally, that wins me the game. Oh my god, but swipe here. Mwah, it's beautiful. 3/4 version of the exact same thing. That doesn't matter to me. We'll just swipe it. We do get a defender, which means I do think I want to play the defender. Swipe. I want to hit with the 1/4. Because I don't know what it is. Oh, he concedes. Thank God. Oh, mwah, beautiful. Stack. unrivaled by so many different decks. Like, he wasn't able to close it out. I had no problems, pretty much. My goodness sakes, excuse me. Even with the mind control on the perfect minion, and then giving it taunt, and then I have to trade my thing into it, everything kind of just went well. So, very pleased that that went the way that it did. I'm pretty happy I won. I didn't draw any of the innervates, so I was never actually able to play Zephyrus. And this is the one problem with innervate. Like, late game, when you don't want to draw innervate, but it's like, you have 2 copies in your deck, and if I had drawn that, I would have been so tilted. But overall, very good game. Very good deck. And moving on. Get these cards out of my sight. We want innervate. Give me innervate. Worthy Expedition's a fine card. It gives me a turn 1 play. Not a turn 1, sorry, a turn 2 play. So I'm going to finish my quest late, which is really bad into a deck as aggressive as this one. What the heck? But ultimately, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's overloading himself? He's really wanting to rush me down. I respect that, actually, quite a bit. Extra heal. Never can go wrong with some extra heal and a big taunt minion. So we'll go with that and pass. God, I needed that innervate, though. That would have been so good. That would have been... it's fine. He's been overloaded, so ultimately it's not that big of a deal. I can just hero power kill his thing. Or, alternatively, play this, bait out some removal, and if he doesn't remove, I can trade in a little bit too, which is actually pretty good. Crystal Merchant's really there to help cycle through the deck and give a pretty decent body that needs to kind of be dealt with. No, 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 no. You have coin and evolve, you piece of garbage. Theoretically, if he doesn't have evolve here, I swipe and I win. Okay, so here's the biggest thing about this deck, right? If you're given a chance to theoretically deal with the board and like keep yourself from losing, it's better to do stuff like this and keep yourself from moving towards your quest than to potentially take the evolve. Because like if I had taken the evolve there, I would have lost the game. So I really needed to do that to keep myself from losing. And now I get to play Crystal Merchant and Worthy Expedition. Actually, I can save that for later depending on what I need. And just hero power, gain some armor, pass the turn, draw an extra card. And even though my quest will finish a little bit late, it doesn't really matter that much because I have cards and I have more cards in hand than him. I now have Ferocious Howl to gain cards and armor, and he concedes because there's nothing he can do because I made the play to kill his stuff early, which he probably didn't think I was going to do. He probably thought if he has swipe, he's not going to play it because he wants to finish his quest. So playing things that are that don't leave you with 1 mana left in this deck is actually sometimes extremely important, and knowing when you have to do that and when you can afford not to move towards your quest is when you fully mastered the deck. And like this game, I knew I could not afford to not swipe, because if I left a Shapeshifter and the Desert Hares and a Voltaic Burst minion on the board, that's 5 minions that he evolves into a 4/4, a 4/4, a 4/4, a 2/2, and an 8. Sorry, not a 4/4, 4 mana, 4 mana, 4 mana, 2 mana, and 8 mana. I could not afford that. My power spike would not have been enough if I had gotten to my quest 1 sooner, especially without an Oasis Surger or Starfall. So I decided to take the quest out of the equation. It didn't matter, went with the swipe, and ultimately that won me the game. That's probably the best tip I can give you about this deck, by the way.